All right, we are live. So, hi everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Shay. I host this channel. I'd be surprised if you don't know me. But in case you're here, I have two other friends who have been hosting 30 and 30 with me. I will let y'all introduce yourself though. So we'll go across the way here.
Cool.
I always try to do the opposite.
I just
Hi, I'm Tamika. I'm from Library Homes. I failed the 30 and 30 because I'm a great host.
we love our failures here. It's fine.
I had to represent us that could not read 30 and 30. So that's why I'm here.
You went down a paranormal romance rabbit hole, and it's okay. We still love it. I just hope you don't burn out before the end of May.
I know.
Because that is my fear at this moment.
She's not going to read a single paranormal romance on the week of Love in the Night.
Probably.
She's going to be in the group chat like, I didn't read one. Not a one.
That's why you have to do it like on another week and then save the vlog and put that for the Love in the Night vlog.
There you go.
Pretty much.
There you go. Hi, I'm Izzy from Happy for Now. I did complete the challenge. I read 32 volumes in April. So yeah, feel pretty good about it. It was a lot.
Yeah. Of the three of us, my total was highest. I read a total of 48. So
I'm not surprised.
Pages. I didn't do it on purpose. I just kept reading and read some really amazing things.
I knew I was going to overshoot. I knew I'd be over 30. I thought I would be higher than I was. I'm not going to lie. But I kind of just read some arcs I didn't love. And I think that did me in a little bit.
On the manga or?
Yeah. Like reading some arcs I didn't enjoy was like
which ones didn't you enjoy?
I DNF'd one, which was The Dawn of the Witch, which you didn't like.
Yeah, hated that one.
Blue Lock, I gave 3 stars, but it still wasn't that good. Like by the end of it, I was just like, I'm done. I'm not going to read.
Yeah, this. I didn't think I was going to like that one, so I just skipped trying.
I was just curious. I was like, I want to try another sports manga that's not haiku, so let's try this. And I was like, ugh. And those are what I read at the end. So by the end, I was just like,
you're like,
I'm done. Like I was like, I'm done. I'm just not even going to try.
Now we're starting to see everybody. Hello. What was your least favorite read out of your manga reads, Miss Tamika?
I don't think I had one that I didn't like.
Yay!
I don't think I did. I think I liked everything I read because I read Blue Flag, Love and Focus, and then Pleasure and Corruption. So I enjoyed everything that I read. So I don't know why.
Yeah, Pleasure and Corruption's a trip. Like,
yeah, I enjoyed everything. So I didn't have a least favorite manga at all. Like there was not one that I didn't like. I don't think I gave any of them under 4 stars.
That's great.
Good. I had a couple.
A little bit jelly of that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, I knew when I did the arcs last. I was like, these might not work for me, and that may mean that I'm just not. That I'm done. And that was like on Friday, or Thursday, Friday, and I was like, okay, we're done anyways. I already hit 30.
Yeah, my least favorite one that I ended up reading was Way of the House Husband Volume 5. I think I'm just done with that series. Yeah.
So we loved the anime, of course. I mean, even though it's a little weird, in the way in which they animated it is weird. But yeah, I was like thinking about it. I was like, I don't think I'd want to read this.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I want to watch there's a live action.
I would watch the live action. Yeah.
And I think I want to watch the live action.
But yeah, just as I've read it, like the first couple of volumes were really a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. But like by volume 3, I'm like, I'm bored. There's not enough plot here for me. Like, peace out.
It's almost too slice of life.
Yeah. Like in volume 3, they introduced a potential plot, and I'm like, oh, a plot. Yay, let's go. And I picked up volume 4. I'm like, okay, no plot. Was that just like a gotcha? What's going on here? And so I thought I'd give volume 5 like kind of my last ditch try. And it, again, the plot that tried to come didn't ever come to fruition. And I was just really sad.
That's
So I'm like, yeah, I'm done. That one was my least favorite. I
I
had a
think it's
lot
like
that
a-
I really loved, though. It was a
Mhm.
really fun reading that.
It feels like one that's concept amazing,
Yes.
execution.
Because it started off as like a 1-chapter, one-off deal, like just to be fun,
Mhm.
kind of a thing. And it was so well received, like the mangaka got a lot of pressure to keep going with it. And so they have, is kind of how that happened. So
That makes sense as to why it's so
yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. What would you say was your favorite read from 30 and 30?
Can we do genres? Can we do like
You
the
can
4
pick
genres?
2. You can pick 2 favorites. I'll let you do that because I'm going to say 2.
It's on my channel. I won't cuss, but Tamika, you go first. You had 7.
Okay, it's a Blue Flag.
Yeah,
I love that one so much.
Blue Flag is so good. Y'all in the comments, if you're not reading Blue Flag, like shame on you, go read it.
I
real.
don't know why I didn't.
And yes, Haikyuu. We love Haikyuu in this house.
I loved Blue Flag. I immediately went and checked out the other volumes in it and then never read it because I kept forgetting to charge my iPad because I'm so smart.
We love it.
Hey, Tamika, go plug in your iPad right now. So you can
Well,
read
it's
it.
charged now, so
Oh, okay.
I can now read it.
Okay. All right, Izzy, pick your 2 faves.
I don't wanna. I refuse. I think this is so hard because I
No, I
really
agree.
liked a lot that I read.
Most of what I
But-
read, I really loved.
Something's Wrong with Us because I got caught up to volume 4. I really, really like that series. I'm really excited for 6 to come out and to read more of that.
Yeah, it's just a
And-
couple of weeks.
I know. And Chainsaw Man. That's going to be my other one. You know what? Because it surprised me. I didn't think I would like it as much as I do.
Yeah? I'm sorry
And
about your laptop. That sucks.
I'm really liking it. I know Tamika will love Chainsaw Man when she reads it.
Yeah, that's very much a Tamika. That's very much your aesthetic. You will love it.
Yeah. But I was just surprised how much I liked it, to be honest. I wasn't sure. I was like, we're going to give this a go. And I read it for my first impressions where I did like 3 different Bizap volume 1s.
Mhm.
And I was just like surprised, I guess, if just overall that I liked it as much as I did. It's such a neat concept. Very gory. Heads up. Very gory, not for everyone.
Right. That's why I'm like, it's
It
very
is
much a Tamika thing.
for her.
It's not gonna be for me. Baby over here is not going to read it, but I
Well,
will
I'm usually a
let
pretty big
you
baby
do
about
all
stuff.
of it for me.
So that's why I was surprised I liked it.
You're just giving
By
me
the
all
way,
my words.
I read this, like, it is so flippin' cute. I love them so much. Oh my gosh. Because I found it out in the wild early, so I did end up reading that.
Nice.
Towards my May read, but I did read it. It was chef's kiss. So good. For me, my 2 favorites, I'm gonna pick one queer, one not, is how I decided I'm going to choose them. Because I read quite a bit that was queer this readathon, and I'm really happy with that. Because that is something I want to explore more, are different relationships in manga. So the queer one I'm gonna choose is Boys Run the Riot. It was technically an early copy. That one comes out in the end of May. It's about a transgender person. They were born female, but they believe they're male. And so they're more comfortable in male's clothes. They keep their hair cropped really short. It's such a good series. And they hate going to school because they have to wear a girl's uniform. And so they'll purposely like get their uniform dirty on the way home to school so that they can just wear like their school sweats all day because their uniform's dirty. And it's just like the way it all goes down is fantastic. Absolutely love it. And for my not queer favorite, that's definitely gonna be Yakuza Lover because I'm dead. Like they bang so much for a volume 1. I'm so happy. And
Does-
like the way he talks to her, like, oh, it does things to me. If you like mafia romances, Yakuza Lover is the manga of your dreams. Like, it's so good. It's so good.
I have that pre-ordered. I'm ready.
Yes.
I don't think I've pre-ordered it yet, but it's on my list.
Yeah, you should add it to your pre-orders. Like,
Is it
honestly, to me, it's gonna be my next like Sweat and Soap, where I don't shut up about it until everybody I know reads it.
I'm hopeful. I'm excited
That's
for
how
it.
much I love Yakuza Lover. But again, a lot of people out there don't love Sweat and Soap the same level I do. So like,
I don't know. I see everybody talking about it now.
I know.
Yeah.
People I know
I
who don't
bullied
read
everybody into
manga.
freaking reading it.
Like, I even saw Mina Reeds talking about it, and I was like, yes! Non-manga people, read this.
Yes. We love to see it. Okay, so overall, what's your general like experience with 30 and 30? Was it positive? Was it negative? Tell me how you feel.
Izzy, you go first. I went first.
It was super positive. I loved it. I will not read 30 volumes every month because I definitely neglected my other reading in favor of manga, which was not it's not that it matters, right? I do whatever I want. Like, I don't hold myself to anything that big a deal, but I did feel like a little weird because I was like, there was other stuff I wanted to read that I just didn't because I just wanted to read my manga, but it did make me realize that I need to be better about prioritizing my manga and not doing my weird, like, well, this day I'm not reading any books. All I'm reading is 10 volumes of manga. I was like, I need to find a way to do both, like read my books and read my manga. But it felt nice. I loved watching my little fireplace mantle shelf shrink down slowly. There's still a lot of books on there. But it is nice to see like the progression of like my TBR mangas like slowly going down versus like feeling out of control with it.
Yeah.
I get that feeling too. And by the way, it's totally fine if you did not read 30 volumes. Like, this challenge was really only to like encourage people to maybe pick up manga more than they normally would, or just think about manga a little bit more than they normally would.
Or not at all, like Tamika. It's fine.
I didn't even see that.
All right, Tamika, you do your thing. I've got to go run and do one thing fast, so I will be right back. But you tell everybody your experience while I do that.
Okay. Well, I read 7 volumes of manga, which is much. I don't think I've read that little manga since December. So this was definitely like my lowest manga reading month so far in 2021. You see, the problem is that I'm a rebel, and if I tell myself I have to do something, I won't do it. Here we are. I've read 7 volumes of manga when I was supposed to read 30.
And we didn't. I mean,
again.
I'll be honest. We weren't on you to read it though, either in any capacity. Like challenge it. That's not the point of the challenge.
Yeah.
Like, we're not gonna bully you to read it unless you tell me to. Then I will. By request, we'll roast you to complete a task if needed.
And like also, I think that if you all had bullied me in reading it, I would have just done it even harder, like just not doing it. Because I was just like, no. But I really did believe I was going to catch up the entire time. I was like, oh, it's going to be fun. I just have to read this many a day. Like, I knew how many I needed to read every day. And I just didn't do it. So,
which is weird because you were supposed to read Tokyo Ghoul Re this month.
I know. I even have
and you didn't
on, like, because here it is. But like,
yeah,
I just didn't even touch it.
I'm just surprised. So, like, I was surprised because I was like, you're at least gonna finish that series. Didn't touch it.
Didn't touch it. Didn't even start it. Didn't look at it. Didn't do anything with it. Honestly, like. I'm not saying my experience was negative. My experience was not negative. My mental health is negative.
But like, I mean, I think it's good for everyone to see that like not all of us did it. Like, you know, and I do say this is why I don't have TBRs. Like, I don't do TBRs because if you give me a TBR, I'm going to say I don't want to read anything on this TBR. Yay! Give it a try.
I'm so happy. So I'm sorry that you felt all the pressure in the world, Tamika. Like, that was never like what I wanted this challenge to be. It's like, pressure to read.
No, I didn't feel any
Unless
pressure.
that's what you wanted from it. Oh, good.
I didn't feel any pressure. The problem was that I then told myself I was going to do a thing, and then I said, I don't want to do that thing after I said I wanted to do it. Because I wanted to, but my brain was also like, no, you don't. You don't want to. And I was like, but brain. And my brain was like, no. So that's just
Your brain wanted all the paranormal romances and stuff.
My brain said, how about we don't do that?
How about we do a fantasy romance, which is something you like never pick up and love. By the way, I read that and it's fan-freaking-tastic. It's a really good one.
So
I'm
now
book
I'm
2 is my next audiobook.
I liked fantasy romance. Now I have to try Yona the Dawn.
Yes! Oh, Yona. Do it. Do
Oh
it.
my gosh.
Yona.
I think you would like Yona. I'm not sure.
I honestly think you would.
I think you're going to give it a few volumes. You might have to give it like 4 or 5 volumes, but I think you might like it.
Is it in Brooklyn?
I think they have it, yeah.
Should be.
Okay, if it's on Brooklyn, I'll try it.
If not, I will loan you the first 5 volumes.
See, Tamika, you weren't alone. Everybody else needs some PNR too.
It's on Brooklyn, so you're good to go.
I'm just ready for paranormal.
By the way, yes, Ancient Magus Bride. Highly recommend. One of my favorites.
I had that checked out and then it returned. I didn't get to it in time. It's fine. It's fine.
And see,
that's me and
we are not the only people who love Yona. So
no, I know a lot of people who love Yona. So it's been a joy finding Yona lovers around everywhere. I'm like, yay! We're all here.
Sorry, I'm checking out my connection here real fast. Sorry, hold on.
Yeah, you're a little fuzzy, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I need to read Ancient Magus Bride. I have volume 1. I know I would like it. I liked volume 1, and I like what I watched in the anime.
Make sure it's not the camera real fast.
I saw so many people reading We Promised Neverland, and I want to read it so bad.
It's good. It's really good.
I know about it. You would like, I think.
I'm positive you would like The Promised Neverland. I've only read 3 volumes, and then I decided to wait because I wanted it to be complete so that I could just like read it all.
I think it's complete now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Ancient Magus Bride is so good. We are current with Japan on Ancient Magus Bride, so we. And I'm so happy people tried so many of my favorites in the 30, and the more I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. I love them all. But yes, what was your biggest surprise that you read in the 30 and 30?
I think Mama's Pleasure and Corruption.
Yeah, like that one is always like a tough like wreck for me, just because they are cool. But like us taboo lovers,
it feels like a very us book though.
Yes, that was why I was so shocked.
Us in our bookcase, like
I didn't think I was gonna like it because they're in school. And I was really worried about how explicit it was gonna be because they're in school. And though things are happening and you know what's going on, it's all blurred out so you can't see anything. So I think that helped a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
I think mine was Blood on the Tracks. I was nervous about it. I've only read 2 volumes. I'm waiting for my volume 4 to come so I can read 3, 4, and 5 in one go. Sorry, my dog is having a conniption downstairs.
Angus said, "Mom."
He literally is like, Mom, where the F did you go? Anyways, I loved Blood on the Tracks. I was nervous that it was going to be more horror than thriller, but I think it actually like treads a really fine line. And I don't know that I've ever read a manga that fast. Because I swear I read 2 volumes in like 30 minutes. Maybe less. Maybe, yeah.
I read it when I was timing my reading, and I read 3 volumes in 30 minutes because like it's not heavy on text at all. Like it's very heavy on images.
It is. It's an English bulldog. I will be right back.
Yeah, I think this is an English bulldog. He's an old man. He gets a little grumpy.
He's a grumpy baby, and I love him.
We love him.
I provided Dallas and Phoenix with toys to entertain them so that they weren't doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm. So we were worried they might just sit and fight over the same toy for a minute there.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, they got their own.
My biggest surprise is probably Can't Stop Cursing You, because honestly, it's on that border of horror where it like has curse killings and all sorts of like gory things going on with it, but I like loved it. I'm like obsessed. Okay, to me, like he's Elle and Light mixed into one person. You will love him.
Hello.
Hello.
You said buzzwords, which were Light and Elle.
Yes. He looks a lot like Elle, and he solves crimes like Elle. His brain works that way. But at the same time, he's out there. They call him a curse breaker because what he does is he finds other curse killings, and he goes after them and has his demon, who he's under contract with, kill the other ones.
I'm looking at the cover.
Yes, seriously, Tamika, you need to read it.
Hold on, I'm putting it in my cart.
You better.
Which one? What?
Can't Stop Cursing You.
Oh, I have that on my list.
I'm putting it in my cart right now. We're checking out.
Yes. I cannot wait to see you read it.
I literally stared at it at Books a Million.
So when you sit down to read it, can we like get on a private little stream so you can share all your reactions with me, because I need to see them.
Yes. Oh my God, Volume 2 is not out yet. It's on pre-order for when? Oh, I can't wait till July for 2 volumes. Okay, whatever. I'm buying it.
You also need to read Love and Heart. I think you'll like that one.
Yeah, you would like Love and Heart as well. So the one we were talking about, Megan, was called Can't Stop Cursing You. Let me easily grab it. Hold on. Don't need to show y'all my butt. Look at my shelves instead.
Hold on. I had to show it on this. Hold on.
I got it. It's right here. Okay. So, Can't Stop Cursing You. This one.
I have it on, I have my screen shared too, Shrey, if you want to put it on here.
Okay. And you should add this one to your cart too.
That one's good too. I'm reading that one.
Seriously,
right
it's more like thrilling, suspenseful kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is very much like stalker vibes, and I can't trust him as far as I can throw him.
He gives me Light Yagami vibes, to be honest.
He does kind of give off like
Light Yagami.
Not as much as this one to me though. Like he is Light and Elle in one person.
Hi, I
has kind of the creepy vibes of Light when he's with Misa. This would be like if Light were pursuing Misa, in my opinion.
All right, it went right onto the wish list.
All right, someone give me an affiliate link. I'm checking out. I'm gonna need someone's affiliate link right now.
Yes, Chloe, do it. I really like those two were surprising for me because I'm really like I'm not exaggerating when I say I'm baby, but I feel like with this 30 and 30, I challenged myself to pick up things I might not normally pick up, and I ended up really enjoying them. Another one that was surprising to me, because it's right here, so I'll just grab it, is When a Magician's Pupil Smiles. It's like this big beefy thing. It's the whole series though. And basically, you see this note from him in the beginning saying, find someone that you care for, like that, or that means something to you. So the only time he ever truly like feels that emotion, he like kills the person he has the emotion for. Logic. So he's like murder, stabby guy. But the art is still like cute and pretty.
You got my buzzwords all over the place here.
I know, like. This is something Tamika should read.
God, I've already added 2 things to my cart. I can't put anything else in here.
Add a third, dang it.
Yeah, you can.
That's a whole series. You don't have any waiting on that one.
I was surprised,
That's why that one's worth it.
Hi, Dallas.
that I enjoyed also My Androgynous Boyfriend as much as I did, because I was worried it would be too slice of life, like
For
Way of the
me,
House
it
Husband
walks
is.
that. Oh no, I feel like it leans more into the romance, so I
Mhm.
hate that one better than Way of the House Husband.
I agree. I just was worried. Like I was like, I don't
Megan and I
know.
are enablers. Do it. I
Like,
really enjoy My Androgynous Boyfriend. I know not everybody does, but I really think it's sweet and fun.
it's very fun. It was way more fun. Not like I didn't think it would be fun. It just was more than I expected.
Hmm. I would agree with that.
I ordered.
Picking up these stabby murder volumes. It surprised me this time around. Everything else I read, I was 95% sure I was gonna love. So I did also read the end of Daytime Shooting Star because I got that early. It was out in the
Mhm.
wild, and that was so rewarding. I'm actually really happy with how it all wrapped up, and I wasn't sure I would be with that one.
Yeah. I was waiting for that one to end to see if I wanted to read it or not.
Yeah, I think if you checked it out through the library and read it, that would be fine.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's one that you would necessarily like revisit and want to own, kind of a
Mhm.
thing. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, the library has it. So I was like waiting. I was like, let's let it finish and then I'll read through all of it maybe.
Yeah, like I got really frustrated with this series for a while. Like
Mhm.
I put one of my volumes in a corner because I was so mad. Volume
Yeah.
10 corner. Because it just pissed me off. It just pissed me off. But it's huge spoilers, so I can't tell you why it pissed me off. At least not on stream. Maybe not on stream. I would.
Yeah, don't spoil it for everyone else. It's
Not live for everybody else.
Yeah, I really focused on volume
Well,
ones, I
people-
feel like,
Yeah.
for a lot
I
of this.
focused a lot on volume ones and like single volume entities kind of things. I kind of just had a bunch, so I just wanted to get through them. Is really what it was.
Mhm.
But I did do a try 3. I did a Tropical Fisherman's for Snow finally. That one is a lot of ones.
So cute.
That one has been so requested for me to do a try 3 with that
So cute. I love
it
it.
is really cute. I did pick up volume 4 and 5 recently.
Yeah, I have to read volume 3 still, but I was reading them through my
That's great, Megan.
my library and I loved it.
It's so cute. Cute sapphic girls and aquarium stuff. It's cute.
Slow burn, like it's definitely got a nice slow build too, which has been nice.
Right.
Like I don't know.
Considering they're still in high school, I like that it's slow build.
I do too. I was worried. I was like,
just
I hope this
automatically
isn't-
like jumping into it. It
Mhm.
was enjoyable for me.
No, it's exactly what I want for my high school setting.
Mm-hmm. I was happy.
And you said,
He's just a grumpy Gus today.
Oh, he really is. You have no
Oh.
idea.
Dallas said he wants to join. He's just whined at me, so I have another one going in the
I
system.
see his little tail going. I did anyway.
I put on like calming doggy music for him downstairs.
Where's Dave?
He's not home right now, so
Oh, there you go.
I don't have my usual backup.
Got it. Yeah, that
Should
was
arrive
started
back
so
soon.
long ago that I really think it has that very dated 90s feel. Okay.
Yeah, well, that
Next
was so
question.
I read Oran High School Host Club. Right? I think that's the order of
Yeah,
the word.
Oran.
Yeah, so whatever. I started that, and I was reading volume 1. And I was like, oh, I forgot how old this is. Like after reading like
it
modern
has some very
stuff,
dated tropes for sure.
I still like it, but it was just funny. I was like, oh, this is a lot older than I thought.
Mm-hmm. Hi, puppy.
Dallas was like, hello. Let me show you how
He's
good
like,
doggies
Mom,
behave.
I want to give you love, Mom. Mom.
Aw.
Aww. We love sweet babies.
He's smiling. I love it. It's
I know. He's just happy. He's just saying, hi, Mom. I love you. I want to give you my love.
like sweet cheeks. I love you too. You down.
Yeah, I want to get the box set, so I'm
I
trying to
have
read
box
it
set.
first.
It's still fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to read it first before I buy the box set and make that
Right.
investment. But I just forgot. Like, and I watched the anime back in the day, like in high school, middle school time. So I
Honestly,
know.
like Oran is like a comfort anime to me. So when life gets like too stressful and I've watched Haikyuu too many times in a row, I put on Oran instead.
Phoenix wanted to join the party.
We're just taking turns over here. Meanwhile, mine is like I'm on the couch screaming for you because I don't understand the idea of coming up the steps.
Do you need to go grab him?
He's not going to come upstairs. I will go down, I will comfort him, and he will start right back up. So we're just going to let him bark for a bit. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Gotcha. So my next question is, what manga did you see other people reading that you now want to read?
The Promised Neverland. Me just continuously talking about The Promised Neverland. I want to read that so bad. I saw Kayla reading it.
I think most of that's on the Viz app.
It is. I saw Kayla from On the Fritz reading it. I want to say Megan was reading it too. Megan, you can tell me if I'm wrong. But I really want to read The Promised Neverland. And now the Light Yagami anime manga that you both have made me put in my cart and purchase already.
Oh, you mean these?
Yes.
Waiting for spring?
Okay.
Like quite a few people were reading that, and I think I want to try it. It's like up to volume 10's on KU, so I was like, okay, cool. So I'm gonna read that probably soon.
So do that, and if you want to finish it out, I can always just ship you mine, and you can ship.
Yeah, if I don't like it enough to buy it,
to buy it yourself.
See. Yeah.
But honestly, I adore Waiting for Spring. I always like I have from the word go. Like I found my ship really fast, and I was just so on board. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think that's the one, and then I am motivated to continue The Promised Neverland. I like the first 3 volumes. Hello. I also
Sorry, I find this so funny because it's just the Viz Media app or the Shonen Jump app. Like you can read it on either. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, Spy Family's so good.
My Family is so cute. I love that one. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to think if there was one that like everybody was picking up that made me want to pick it up. I don't think so.
Oh, my bestie just started reading My Family, and she literally texted me. She's like, "You have to read this. It's so good."
Yeah, a bunch of it is on the Viz app as well.
Shay, there's nothing new. You know all things.
Well, like I'm just trying to like think. Like, there's gotta be. I know there's always like queer ones, like either yaois or yuris that I see, and I'm like, ooh, I want to try that one. Oh, it was Dekobaka Sugar Days, I think is the one that I want to try next.
I'm gonna go get him. I'll be right back.
Okay. So I think the other thing I was so surprised that I found was I found My Roommate is a Cat. I loved the anime for this series, but I found it all on an app that I already had, and I didn't even realize it was there. So it's on the Lezen app. And so I got current on that one, and that was so stinking fun. Yes, An Incurable Case of Love. It's so good. I love it.
I almost started that one. I literally pulled it off my shelf, and I was like, "I'm gonna read this one," and then I never.
You
touched
should.
it. I have the first two.
It's a doctor nurse romance. Come on. Yes, I love Perfect World. I love it a whole lot. I have the first 5 physically, but I've read it all digitally. Because I had read it all digitally before they announced that it was coming out physically. So I'm just double collecting. It's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to think if there were any others. that stood out that I want to try now. There were some digital ones that some people were reading because I didn't really do any digitals other than my ARCs this time. I only focused on ones that I had physically because my physical manga TBR is bigger than I want it to be.
I think everything I read everything I read has a physical copy. I think I read everything physically except for Blue Flag. I think Blue Flag I read digitally, and then everything else I read physically. But everything that I read has a physical copy. So
okay, so on Perfect World, it is hard hitting. I will put that out there, but it's very realistic in a way about what a person who's in a wheelchair permanently deals with every day. Like you see them going to the hospital with bed sores, things like that, just because they can't feel it because they don't have any feeling in the lower part of their body, and all the other things that are going on with that, and what it would be like to be in a romantic relationship with someone like that. And it's just, yes, it's going to make you feel things, Megan, but it is really one of the better representations of paralysis that I've seen in manga. Really the only one, actually. But I haven't really sought it out too much.
I have volume 1 of that to read at some point.
In the first volume or two, it does feel very ableist because our female character has no idea what he deals with. But it does a really good job of educating the person who is ableist and getting them to shift and change their perspective. So I think it's important and an important piece, but it might not necessarily make people feel the comfiest in the beginning. So that's why I like to warn people. It's yes, they're going to start out acting this way, but I really feel like they grow and progress and change over the course of the series. So yes. So there was a conversation that ended up coming up on Instagram during all of this, during the 30 and 30. It was I Am Megs that brought it up. She was talking about how she was so happy hearing what people were thinking of the manga that they were reading, because typically on Instagram and on YouTube, the manga space is full of people hauling and not really talking about them once they read them. So this challenge kind of had people talking more actively about what they read and what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it. So do you think this will start to change the conversation overall, or do you think it was just during the challenge?
You cut out a little bit, Shay. I couldn't hear
I did?
everything you said. Yeah, I couldn't hear everything you said.
Okay, so I was just asking if you think the conversation is going to continue after the challenge, or do you think the conversation was around just for the challenge about what people were reading?
Izzy, you go first.
I love that manga Graham. I don't know.
I use MangaTube and Mangagram.
Yeah, whatever. I was like, what would the word be? Anyways, yeah, I think it's funny because I feel like we see the same conversations in spaces. And this is definitely a conversation we've seen in the booktube space a lot. And I'm seeing it on TikTok right now on Book Talk a lot. Similar conversations like, should you do star ratings or not? Are they ethical? Blah, it's the same conversation, literally the exact same conversation we've had 5 years ago. I also think that as far as who dominates the manga tube space, and I don't know about manga Instagram as much because I'm new to that space. I mean, it's hard because of course, a huge part of it is hauling and buying all these mangas and look at all this money I can spend on manga, and not the conversation of reading the manga that you buy. So I would like to see more conversation. I like my favorite thing to watch is manga logs. I like watching the try threes, first impressions, and manga logs. I like seeing what people are reading and why they're liking it to help me decide what to pick up. Because just seeing you haul 20 volumes of a series that you've not touched, I don't know that I care. I also think that the three of us have been instrumental in spreading manga into the romance tube sphere.
Oh yeah, I mean, Heather full on said Shayla is single-handedly drawing romance manga tube.
Now, like, Tamika and I reading it is helping spread it more too, and I think in a way that will bring more people just talking in general about it, because I do feel like a lot of people on Booktube do read manga, but they don't read enough to do a dedicated manga video or haul, which makes it like harder. But yeah, I would hope that maybe more people will talk about it. I don't follow enough manga Instagram people to know that like all they're doing is hauling, to be honest.
Right.
But I mean, that's it. I also, the same thing I will say to anyone who says that all the content I see is the same. Look at your subscription box. Who are you subscribed to?
Right.
Are you seeking out creators that are not putting up the same thing? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hauls, TBR, any of that. That's not it. But if you're tired of that, you have to seek out the creators who are making the other content.
I agree.
And that's on you. That's they can't get in front of you. You have to find them. Or you have to ask for it, and people will direct you. But unless you're actively seeking out a different variety of content, you're not going to see it. So yeah, I feel like that's probably the same on Instagram too.
I agree. So like for me recently, I've realized I want to pick up more translated works, specifically by like API creators too, because there is a lot of work in translation, but it's not something a lot of people are talking about or reading, obviously not in romance tube. So I was kind of going through and seeking out some new people to follow because that's something I want to read more of. And so I was out there looking around and I found this channel called Books and Bow. And the amount of knowledge they have about translated works available is staggering. So if translated works are something you're looking for, Books and Bow is a great place to go. Because they talk about fantasy novels, they talk about literary fiction, like they have a lot of knowledge. And it's also really cool because they're currently transitioning to a more androgynous look because they feel they're more non-binary. And so it's a really cool thing because they talk about it pretty openly on their channel too. And that's just a channel that I found recently that I'm kind of just going to tout and talk about for a while just because I really love what they're doing over there. It's really, really cool. And they've got 3,000 subs, I think is all around there. And like with the amount of knowledge they have, it's just staggering. Like it just blows me away. So I'm like, yes, I'm definitely following this person.
Yeah, that's cool.
That thing that they were talking about on their channel with their video just today, actually talking about how different people are translating sometimes. And so they talk specifically about translators that they like and things like that as well. So it's really, really cool. Say their knowledge that they have is just staggering to me. And so I'm really grateful to have somebody that is actively reading things that I'm seeking to find out.
Yeah.
So few things that I picked up recently because I found them because I have several Haruki Murakami books because ones that I've been wanting to try. And so I was trying to figure out which one I should start with out of what I had picked up. And that's how I stumbled on Books and Bow. And I just got looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, they know so much about translations. And that's something I've been looking for. So
yeah, no, and that's just it.
Diversifying your own feed to find the kind of content that you want.
Yeah, like I watch tons of romance tubers, but I watch a lot of people who do not read any romance. And I definitely see a lot of them who also don't read any romance and pick up various mangas. Like I don't, it's really interesting. There's a lot of booktubers that also read manga, but they're not active in the manga spaces.
Agreed.
If that makes sense. Like they don't have that crossover. And I think it's really interesting. And I think again, we're leading a charge into romance land.
Crossover actually, because how rare it is to truly have that crossover. Like the manga community embraced me. They're like, we like you. Come hang with us.
Yeah. And
I didn't really have a lot of booktube friends and a space where I felt like I belonged.
Yeah.
And just hanging out in manga tube for a long while. And then I found romance tube. I'm like, oh, I found my people finally. And so now I've been more active there. And so I have this really lovely crossover, and it just makes me really happy. I feel very blessed. All right, Tamika, what do you think?
I think the conversation will probably continue. I think that I think it will probably die off for a little while, but I feel like ultimately, like, the more people we bring from booktube over into the manga space, the more that conversation is going to happen. I don't see it being something that continues like in the next like couple weeks or anything like that, but I do think that, like, as we are me and Izzy and you and everyone else are bringing in more people, and more people are feeling more comfortable because, you know, they're seeing romance booktubers and just other booktubers actually talking about manga. They won't feel so like they're not, like they can't, because I know like some people have an issue where they feel like they're not allowed to talk about the manga. They're not allowed to talk about graphic novels or comics or anything like that because it doesn't count. And I say it doesn't count. Like, I mean, it counts. Whatever you want to read counts. Like, I'm not going to police your reading. It's not my business.
And anyone who wants to police what you're reading is they can go shove it.
Yeah, like
just
like,
come
we
find
all feel
me.
the same about that right there.
Just come find me. Come tell me. I will come. I will yell at them. I will yell at them for you.
Yes. Like, I don't care what you think counts. Like that's none of my business. If you don't want to count your manga, don't count your manga. But I'm going to count mine because I read a lot about it. I read a lot of it. I read a comment. Now my brain's all messed up. It's fine. Anyway, so I think the more that we show people that, you know, it's okay to talk about it. Like, you're not going to stop talking about something you love just because it's not normal.
Like our friend Ashley, who reads a ton of single issue comics. I never, when I was reading comics, felt like I always felt weird about it because I was like, oh, people are going to yell at me for tracking this on Goodreads. Because I used to read a ton of single issue comics. And I was just like, but now I'm like, wait a minute, why? I don't care. No longer care. I will read what I want to read.
I think that's something that people in the YouTube space just need to realize, is that it doesn't matter. It's still reading. Like, it doesn't matter like how long it is. I mean, if you're allowed to count something like Kissing the Coronavirus that's 17 pages long, you can count a single issue comic. Like,
exactly.
To me, there's no difference.
There's not. And all the like weird short stories you read or whatever.
Yeah,
your fan fiction counts too, y'all. You just can't track it on Goodreads, really. So.
And Megan put it perfectly. Forget the haters. You'll find people who love you. Because honestly, like, I remember my subscribership like wavered for a while, especially when I was talking about manga more actively. But I knew it was something that I was passionate about and I wanted to incorporate into my channel. I purposely named my channel Shay Geeks Out. So I can talk about whatever I'm geeking about at that point in my life. And my channel can change and fluctuate, and I don't have to completely rebrand myself every time I do that. Because
I mean, that's why, like, I'm just
all of the geeky things I love.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I just did a general, like, romance thing, because romance will always be a prominent thing on my channel. But I also read other genres and other things. I'm never just going to be, you know.
And we love you too, Megan.
Yes. I'm never just going to be only romance or only one subgenre of romance. Like, it's just not who I am.
I'm just not happy only reading one type of thing. Like, I'm not.
Same. No, same.
Like, I've been realizing recently I was reading too many historical romances. They are starting to feel like the same book. So I'm changing things up.
That was the fastest parade of your life.
That was the cutest thing in the whole world. My little cousin was just like, hi, I'm graduating. And I was just like, you're so cute.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable.
Like a balloon, or not balloon, like the bubbles. Like the bar. I'm just like, looks so cute.
Cute.
Anyway, okay, that was all.
I'm so glad it was cute and fast.
Adorable.
Yeah, I think that's like, I don't know, like I added a 4th video basically for manga because I was like, I want to talk about manga, but I don't want to take away any of my other videos. So I'll just occasionally I drop an extra video and we talk about manga. Like it's fine.
And that's not a bad way to approach it either, especially if it's something you're not sure you're going to talk about long term. Just dropping an extra video where you talk about it and not changing up your regular content is the perfect way to kind of explore and see if your audience will be accepting of it. And honestly, people who truly love you and are there for you, like they're going to be there for whatever kind of content you want to make.
Yep.
That was like the hard thing I had to teach myself, is that my subscriber count, though I'm blessed to have as many as I do, that's not the thing that matters the most. That's not what's going to keep me on YouTube. The thing that's going to keep me on YouTube is making the kind of content that makes me happy, that I would watch, that I'm proud of.
And I just get on TikTok to dick around and be an idiot, so it's fine.
What was the question that I missed during this parade? What did I miss?
Oh, nothing.
No, we were just talking about like making the content you want to make around manga and stuff like that to keep the conversations going. Okay. Counting, your books that count, and if that's what you want to read, that's what you want to read. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
So and I didn't miss anything too crazy. Like an extra video. Like I went up to 4 videos, like a bonus 4th video too, because I wanted to talk about manga too, and I didn't want to sacrifice the other content I wanted to make, but I also didn't want to sacrifice the new content that I wanted to introduce either. So
yeah, me and you had a whole conversation about how to do it, what we wanted to do when we were both starting to read a lot more manga. Yeah, because it's hard. I mean, it's nerve-wracking, I guess, kind of, because you're like, oh, what if nobody likes this? And you're like, well, if it's a bonus video, whatevs. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, like, I just hope that the conversation continues, even with the manga, like the primarily manga people, because I think it's really important to be talking about what we pick up and why we love it and why we're reading it, because I can't tell you how many people are like, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't hearing anybody talk about it, and now that you've talked about it, I want to read it. So clearly, it's content people want. They just didn't know where or how to get it. Yeah. And if other manga tubers aren't providing it,
there's like
that opens a conversation.
Who does and doesn't do
for the manga community to be had.
I really feel like finding people who talk about manga is much harder than finding people who just buy it.
Agreed.
And though I do love watching manga hauls because it makes me want to go buy more manga, or it gives me the same like dopamine rush that I get when I buy it myself. I also don't want to only watch people haul manga. So finding people who actually talk about it and talk about the series and like why they're reading certain ones or why they're interested in certain ones or releases that are coming up, I think it's a lot more helpful than just, I bought all of Tokyo Ghoul. Here's the box.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, and it's
like,
just.
Why did you buy Tokyo Ghoul? Tell me about it.
Like, did you already read it and you loved it, or what? Like, what was the strategy?
Yeah.
Well, I honestly feel like the manga tube space is kind of going through some growing pains right now. Like, for a long time, hauling was the only thing that people wanted to see. And so now that there's a demand, it's like, we want to know why you're hauling it, if you're reading it, all those kinds of things. Like,
it's like baby booktube, y'all.
It is. In a lot of ways, it really is. And I do some booktubers coming into the conversation, people like me who started out in booktube, so organically started picking up manga, and it became this big thing for us. Like, we're changing the conversation because we were already doing that with our books. And so now that people who are coming to us for manga, because they found out we do manga content, they're like, oh, I really like what you're doing. I want more of it. They're having a hard time finding that. So.
Well, and it's like, it's shop with me, it's hauls. And occasionally, I'm seeing more logs. I'm seeing more, and I'm like, yay, because I want to know what you're reading. Like, I don't care that you finished a whole series in your haul. I want to know if you read it.
Right.
And why you collected 50 volumes, but you haven't read it yet. Because, like, that gives me anxiety. Like, what if you hate it?
I could never.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, with Bunny Drop, I bought the whole thing before I read it. But I had watched the anime, so I thought I was safe. But I realized they cut off the anime where they did for a reason. And, you know, I had no clue. And so I'm like, I'll just buy it all and then I'll read it all in a vlog and it'll be great. Yeah, no. It was not great. It is no longer in my possession.
I mean, and at least you could resell manga. It does have a better resale than regular books.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
I'm seeing more people talk about the manga they read on TikTok than I do on MangaTube, which I also find interesting.
Same with Instagram, I think. Instagram started changing a lot, talking more about what they're reading and why they like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess how could we continue to promote that conversation in YouTube and in the MangaTube space? What should we be doing as creators to help encourage that other than continuing to talk about it ourselves?
I guess we got to plan our next 30 and 30.
There are a lot of people who are like, the next time they do this, I want to do it again. And I'm just like, it's going to be some months. I can't do it like right away soon.
It's going to
be in the fall sometime.
Probably fall, y'all. Like it's going to be fall. Like there's no way. But you can use our templates and do it again yourself.
Yes, you can do it anytime. Like I'm not leading the template thing.
I'm not either. So if you want to challenge yourself and tag us when you do, that's cool. We'll cheer you
We're
on.
Good with that.
While we don't participate.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe some of that is just doing vlogs and stuff where you talk about what you read. Or impressions of stuff you bought. Oh, we've got movement. We have
This is why I started doing things at Try 3, because they're a bit of an extended manga first impressions kind of a situation. Some things like that. So
Phoenix is now barking because of the parade. So
oh, he's gonna go downstairs and go cry.
Oh, poor Angus.
Like, I slept up here for a little bit. I'm done, Mom. Goodbye.
Cal, what are you being a crying baby for? Come here.
We all have the pets that are like, I'm gonna whine.
Yeah, I think that I definitely want to do the 30 and 30 and actually complete it next time. So I'm excited for the next one, but I also don't think that that anyone is going to be ready for it until the fall.
I need time to build my mantle shelf back up. All right, y'all.
I was thinking maybe like either September or November, somewhere in that realm.
Okay, well, it cannot be September because I have about 20 million things happening that month.
Okay, we'll do it in November then.
Okay, cool. Because we'll
have the 25 and 25.
Yes, I was gonna say we'd be doing 30 and 30, and then the 25 days of manga, right, back to back.
Well, listen, I have my sibling and my mom birthdays, and then I have 2 weddings. I got a lot in September.
I got a trip in September. Maybe we'll do a 31 day challenge where you read 30 volumes in 31 days. Maybe. We could probably do that.
We would just still call it 30 and 30 and then do our wrap up on the last day.
Mm-hmm. You get an extra free day to like make up some time.
You get a buffer day.
Yeah.
So if you had to skip a day, you got an extra one.
Yeah.
We could do that.
I think that's what we might have to do. Because I feel like November is going to be, that's a busy month.
Yeah, November and December are always crazy for me.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we can figure out. We will do it again.
We'll figure out a time. We'll do it again.
I definitely see this being at least twice a year.
Yeah, I agree.
At least.
Yes.
Who are some booktubers that you all watch that talk about manga? Because we all know that mine's going to be Chloe from Books with Chloe. That's all I have to talk about.
Chelsea's out. I adore her. She's adorable. She's got the cutest little baby. He is in her manga wrap-up.
Stacking all of her mangas. So cute. Oh my god.
He was just stacking all her mangas into a pile, and he was so proud of. He's so stinking cute. Oh my god, I will die. I would die.
He was a precious little bean. And he's in a lot of her videos. Like, he gets to pick out a book every month that she reads. Like, she'll put 2 books that she wants to read in front of him, and he chooses which one. It's so cute.
Oh, he's. I just want to pinch his little cheeks, like so bad. You have no idea. Every time I see him, I'm like, I just want to pinch him. Oh, he's so cute. Anyways, I
He's
love
got
Chelsea.
those perfectly round, like cherub
does.
little boy cheeks, and
He
I'm
does.
just like, I want to pinch him. I just want to snug him.
She reads a lot of shoujo manga, and she was reading Death Note and other stuff. But she also, like, her regular book reading is like all across the board, which I really enjoy because I like romance and I read a lot of romance, but I like reading other genres too. So I like watching people like that who I know what she likes now, and I'm like, okay, I will like that or I won't like that.
Yeah. Which is really, really good. There's quite a few. Like, I adore Dylan, but he's kind of taking a hiatus right now.
Mm-hmm.
I adore Lindsay from Lindsay Tut, but she's taking a booktube hiatus right now. Like, all my favorites are on hiatus, so I don't know.
Tori did it. Well, Tori's new to manga, but she started reading manga, Novel Life, right?
Yes.
She posted her 30 in 30 vlog today also.
Yes.
Heather from Hia Booktubes is now reading manga. And Kayla from On the Fritz.
Yes.
And Megan, Mouth Fader. Whenever she comes back to YouTube.
And Kayla too, same thing. Like Kayla's can be a little more sporadic, but I adore her when she does update.
Exactly. And I think more and more, like more people we know will give it a try. And we have to talk about Ashley from Bookish Realm. She does comics, does manga. She reads so broadly. If you're ever looking for recs for pretty much anything, Ashley's a great.
If you somehow aren't following Ashley, I don't know.
Like, shame on you. Go follow her.
I adore her so much.
She is one of my favorite humans. Like, I have been subbed to Ashley for, I think, 3 years now. Because it was even, like, it was long before. I think she did one of my manga readathons. That's how I found Ashley.
I love Ashley.
And I just adore her. And I adore what she represents. I mean, she's a librarian. Constantly reading things I've never even heard of. And so I just love watching her content because I always find something interesting and new that nobody else is talking about.
Becca in the books reads manga. She normally reads like fantasy and fantasy romance. But she also has started reading manga. So she reads like a couple volumes every month. She likes Junji Ito, who I also adore. So
April from over at April Sarah is one of my good friends. She's reading more comics and manga these days as well. And her reading is kind of all over. She likes contemporary romances sometimes. She reads a lot of like paranormal, like ghosty kind of paranormals. And she does lots of mysteries and
Bree at the Locked Booktician
kind of
also is reading manga now too some. I don't know how extensively, but I know that she did a whole thing where she read a bunch the other month. So
right. But a lot of people are starting to explore it more, and it makes me so happy. Because that's really all I did. Like, I didn't read any manga as a teenager. You know, I live in conservative Utah, so all manga is porn because that's what people think here. Unless they actually try it for themselves. There, what happened was I just picked up something from, like, I picked up the first volume of Fairy Tail because I already knew the anime. So I just wanted to test the format more than anything. And so I picked it up and I'm like, oh, I like reading this. Like, it's not weird to read it backwards. So yeah, once I like got all of that going, I just started picking up some popular favorites, things like Fruits Basket, or things that looked interesting to me, like Let's Dance a Waltz. Because that's just, I love ballroom dancing, so picking that one up was kind of a no-brainer to me. It was a cute 3-volume shoujo where ballroom dance. I believe it's on KU as well. Like, it was just cute. And, you know, it was great, and that kind of helped me to learn and to explore, and I got recommendations from people who knew me personally and YouTubers and things like that. Like, it was just a really fun experiment. Like, I even reached out to a bunch of manga tubers who had kind of found me, and it's like, hey, I'm looking to kind of expand my series that I'm reading. What would you recommend? You know, here is the little bit that I own, and I would send a picture of everything I owned because it was like, I think 2 shelves at the time. It wasn't a lot. I took a picture. I'm like, here's what I own. What would you recommend for me to try? And so I did a whole video of reading recommendations from other manga tubers and some things like that, like reading recommendations from personal friends and family. Like, it was just a good time, and I really found some amazing favorites that way.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just getting into it, like, maybe try that. I mean, if somebody ever DM'd me and said, hey, I'm looking to try something new, what would you recommend? I always do my best. Or it's like, hey, I have a really good recommendation for those kind of romances in this video.
I mean, we all three
Most interesting to you.
just did a huge collab
Uh-huh.
where we all wrecked different mangas across the board, some on KU, some you should be able to find in your library, etc., using the Viz app thing. That, you know, this is always your excuse. Anyways, I was gonna say those are a great starting place. I think if you're looking for romance manga more so, and we have a little bit of non-romance in there, but yeah, I'm trying to expand out past the romance genre a little more, just to like dip my toes in, because I do like switching up my reading a little, different stuff, and I think manga's been a great way to do that without like
manga's a really great
the pressure of like, I guess, you know,
so like if I'm starting to feel slumpy with the book that I'm reading, I'll pick up a volume of manga or two that'll kind of just freshen me up, and then I can dive back into the book I was working on. Like, I love to do that, so I don't like burn out on my reading. And that's part of how I read as much as I do, is I'm constantly going back and forth between mediums and genres and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm kind of over historical romance at the moment, so
That's been me for months.
I'm just taking a break from it and reading very little of it. You know, all the arcs that I have, I'll read those, obviously, but I'm not like actively picking up very much of it, just because I feel like I need to read other things.
Mm-hmm.
So my reading for May is going to look very, very different. I'm trying to read as many Oppie authors as I can this month. So like my whole stack was Oppie authors. So that's the stack I'm picking from this month. And then I have my arcs.
Mm-hmm. I have a no, what do you call it? What is TBR?
What is a TBR?
What is a TBR?
Like I said, like, it's not a hard and fast thing. I just have them all like in one place, and that's kind of picking from to read for this month. But if I'm not feeling any of those, I'm not going to feel bad picking up something else. Like my audiobooks, I change up quite a bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah.
All my reading audiobooks.
Closing, other than, you know, we're going to do this again. Any last minute things y'all want to say and share about 30?
I will read 30 next time.
Okay.
Watch you read 30 volumes of manga this month.
I'm going to laugh so hard.
I wouldn't be shocked if that happened.
I will not be surprised.
I won't either.
Manga, Monday, I think all of our videos are dropping from 30 and 30.
Yes.
So we too have manga logs, because I can't vlog for my life with manga.
And mine's a vlog.
Shay did a whole vlog because she's awesome. Unlike the two of us that whatever direction, the two of us that are slackers over here and didn't vlog. I have no excuse. I read over 30 volumes. Tamika has an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good goal.
Right.
That's generally my goal, is about 10 volumes a month, but I usually I get over that.
I think my average is like 15 to 20 volumes.
I think so. I don't understand how some of the manga people like read 5 volumes in a month. I'm like, what?
Right. My average manga reading, I shoot for 24. Because that's about 6 a week. So that's like one almost every day of the week. That feels good to me, because that's how often I like to read it. But it's not like a hard and fast rule for me. Like, eventually, you know, my goal for this year was to read quite a few. I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. It was like 312 or something, I think was the number. Because it would end up being about 6 a week. Because I calculated that and like 2 books a week. Because I want to slow down my reading pace. I just haven't yet.
What is slowing down? I don't understand because I'm currently the furthest out I've ever been thanks to manga. So
yeah. So
I hit 100 books like yesterday, and I don't know how that happened.
I'm at 153.
I've never been this far ahead. Like I usually don't hit 100 until anywhere from like June to October.
I have hit my October number / late summer, early fall number already. So it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I will. By the time I do all of my reviews for my 30 and 30 stuff that I haven't yet, I will be over 300 for the year.
Shay,
between books and
you said you were slowing down, Shay. You're a liar.
I know. I'm a big fat liar right now, but I have a feeling my reading's going to be a lot slower in May, just because the world is starting to open up again. I'm going to have a life outside of my house.
Yeah, and that's the other
that's
part,
naturally going to make me read a little less. So
same.
So there's that. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for those who participated. We love that you were part of this journey with us. The next time we're ready to do this, we'll give you guys enough advance notice again so that you've got time to get organized and get ready. And we will see you guys in our videos on Monday. By the way, make sure you're following those two. I need to do this.
How?
So, follow Tika, follow Izzy. They're both linked into the description.
I have the easiest spot.
That time.
I can just do this.
You got the easy round this time. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Aggressive